Hey kids, it's JJ. Just got the mail today. Super excited. Been waiting a long time for some of this stuff. So this is going to be a review of multiple stuff again. First thing I want to go over is they finally came. My Cobra motors, Choice of Champion. These are from getfpv.com. I love this store. Golden CP 2205, 2600 kV. That's sexy. Very sexy. So 2205 is the size, 2600 kV. And let's see what we got here. If I can get it open. Ha! Alright. That's not the one I opened before. Helps if you take the tape off. There we go. See, too excited. Need to change my shorts. Neat thing of foam. Got some screws. Very cool. And another Cobra sticker. They sent me a big one. Those are going to my goggles, man. Those are bad to the bone right there. And the motor. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing. You don't get much more bling than that. Yes, sir. That is tacky. Very, very cool. Feels amazing so far. Every review I have read about these things is just stellar. The guys are just like speechless. So this should kill my batteries pretty good. I'm very excited about these. The next trick, and the reason I'm doing these all at once is I'm too excited and I want to get this build going. So that's why I'm doing it split up like this. So Kakute flight controller. The new one, ooh, F4. I'll do the specs. I don't have the specs in front of me, but this I've been waiting for. I was a big fan of the Kakute original F3 that kind of looked like a T. I've actually cut a couple of them down and put them in micro quads because I was short on controllers. But the thing I did not like about the Kakute original F3 was the fact it had no OSD. This has got some better perks to it. I already cut this one open so I won't look like an idiot. There we go. Woohoo! Nice pretty box. And there she is. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Shouldn't have changed my shorts so quick. So, the thing that really makes this piggy stand out, they give you some mounting foam, they give you an extra ribbon cable, and that extra ribbon cable is because they soft mount your gyro on this guy. Right there, see? No vibration. This is an F4 controller, but this one is the all-in-one. Got a current sensor on it, and it's an all-in-one board with OSD. There's all your little wirings. Let's go over this real quick. There's your ground. There's your 3 volt for your Spectrum RC, 5 volt for people like me that don't use Spectrum, R3, T3, R6, T6. Okay, so you got your motor connections over here, LED 5 volts, battery voltage, sorry, it's hard to get in here, voltage 0 and ground. So that's where your battery in's gonna, well no, I think your battery in's over here. I take that back, sorry. This is your battery out. And your 5 volts and all that other good stuff. And then you got your grounds, your motors, power and motor 4 signal, motor, you know, you get the idea, motor 2 signal, your buzzer, motor 5, I'm sorry, motor 6. You got a boot button over here. Pretty straightforward, really. I'll put a link to some paperwork and to the actual product. I did get this off of GetFPV as well. So I'm going to be putting these, I'm in the process of gutting my RMRC Gobi frame, and that's what these are going in. The Golden Cobras with the Kakute, and then I'm going to use my 28 amp bullet ESCs running D-Shot 600. This thing should be a nightmare, so I cannot wait. Give me a few seconds here. I'm going to build this thing up and we'll see what she looks like. And I might do even, I'll do a follow-up review with this as well, obviously. So stay tuned. Give me 30 seconds. Be right back. And it's been 30 seconds. Bam! There it is. This build turned out really, really nice. Spent about 45 minutes on it, maybe. The ESCs I use are so small. They're 28 amp with 40 amp burst rating. I already did a review on these. So if you want to look for that, these are really good ESCs running BL Heli S. Put the gold Cobras on it. This is, again, the RMRC Gobi. Killer little frame, but when I built it, I had too much, I just didn't have the right components in it, so it was really too tight. I didn't care for how I had done it originally. You'll notice my VTX, I still have my output or input, depending on how you're looking at it, for your antenna there, but then I've got an antenna here. I did hot wire a pigtail, which I need to stuff away, into here. So it's actually split off so I could top mount my antenna. Everything went fine. I haven't even flown it yet. I just got done setting up beta flight for it and reflashing BL Heli. I did have one quirk, and it has nothing to do with the components, I'm sure, but ESC number 2, when I went to update my firmware, got scrambled. So motor wouldn't turn, nothing would work. So I went back into BL Heli, and it was all this scrambled, where it says what version of software it has, it was all scrambled. So I went into real BL Heli Suite, not the Chrome app, but the actual program that you download. Excuse me, I'll put a link in the description for that if you want to know where that's at. That one has a much, much better interface than the Chrome app. So if you ever run into problems where it won't connect, or you've got a scrambled ESC and it won't read it, download the real BL Heli Suite and do it that way, and it'll flash up just fine. So that was no fault of the gear, like I said. One thing about the Kakute F4 all-in-one, love that board. It's very cool. You can see the sub board where the gyro is right there. I love the board. However, if you're not extremely good at soldering, you might want to wait. It is not for the faint of heart. Where the camera goes into the OSD right here, I don't know if you can see it, but underneath that ribbon cable is where those solder connections are. You have to be very careful not to burn that ribbon cable, because bad things will happen. She won't fly. However, they do give you a spare cable if you're good enough to solder one back on there. So just be careful when you're soldering that input in. This was not a new frame, so it didn't turn out. I need to clean a little bit of stuff up on it. But other than that, it looks pretty nice. Extremely light. Let's see what she weighs in at on the scale that nobody can see. So this is with the strap, with the props, everything, all inclusive. 332. It's not too hateful. It's a very thick frame. These RMRC Gobis are extremely tough. My buddy Blackhawk, he has one too, and he really likes it. So we're looking at 5mm arm. Check that out. And your top plate is 3mm. So this thing's pretty tough. It comes with this kit for the Gobi frame. Actually comes with 2 different size standoffs depending on how high you want to make the stack. I actually angled mine. It's kind of hard to see in the camera there, but mine slopes. I just thought it was a cooler look. This is a very tight build though. This is not a build you want to use like an all-in-one ESC with all the boards, the standard tower. You can see it's very tight in there, and I got one board and a VTX. My beeper is simply hot glued into the back, so there's really no good way to do that. Leads coming out the bottom. But either way, this thing should be a flippin' nightmare. I should be able to, I'm going to do some pop tests in the driveway, but I'm not even going to bother recording that for you. I just want to make sure it flies. Tomorrow when I'm on the road, on the way home, I will do a flight test and hopefully record that for you. So either way, I will put links to the motors, the frame, and the Kakute all in the description. So keep the shiny side up. Tomorrow I will get some footage of this pig. Until then, have fun. Take care.